Hello loves. Here are my top 20 mature BL manhwa recommendations. Physical therapist Kim Dan has been down on his luck for as long as he can remember. It feels like a dream come true when he's finally hired to treat top-paid MMA fighter Ju Jaekyung. He claims to have a jinx in need of a particular type of treatment, but it's one that Dan isn't quite prepared to offer. If you can't stomach rough and non-consensual bed scenes, stay away. Kim Yoo-hyun has decided he doesn't want to live, but someone, Taiju, grabs him from the water's edge and pulls him from the darkness. Now Taiju has offered Yoo-hyun money, a house, and a job to help him out of his mess. But what will Taiju, who is intoxicated by Yoo-hyun's smell, ask for in return? Has a very red flag male lead. Shin is barely making ends meet hustling as a rogue mechanic, so when rich Jake pulls up with car trouble one day, Shin is reluctant to let him go. Little does he know that giving Jake his number may be the biggest mistake he's ever made. It isn't long before Jake wants more than his car fixing. Aaron Hunter's got looks, talent, and he just won the award for Best Actor. Despite that, he has trouble sleeping and can only sleep by listening to a certain mysterious singer. He decides to ask them to write him a song. Will the mysterious singer accept this deal? And how will past traumas become illuminated by their newfound relationship? Eun-san isn't thrilled to be working with Ian again, having long buried both his ice hockey past and any memories of him. Ian, however, insists on keeping him around with an offer he can't refuse. Eun-san reluctantly agrees, but he can't shake the feeling that Ian has an ulterior motive. Why does Ian keep pulling him closer? There's no way this guy actually has feelings for him, right? Luke is having a rough time in college, and his breakup with his girlfriend Stacy is not helping. This is all because of that nerdy stud, Andrew. If only Stacy didn't obsess over Andrew's dorky charms, then Luke wouldn't have had to break their relationship off. Luke is then forced to live in the same dorm room as Andrew. But with nowhere else to go and no money to his name, Luke resolves to make it his project to befriend Andrew, whether the nerd likes it or not. Mokyun receives a threesome proposal from Seonhwa, his sex partner. The other participant is Nainjo, a man Seonhwa is currently seducing. He's rich and kind, but the problem is that sex with him is incredibly boring. Mokyun's interest is merely casual curiosity, but during the act, he finds himself unable to take his eyes off Nainjo. Mokyun makes Nainjo a discreet proposition. I want to possess your body, Nainjo. Can you open your legs for me? When Yikyung and Jubin first meet, Jubin is just a handsome stranger with an exciting air of mystery. Yikyung itches to draw him, to sketch out his beauty on paper like the artist he is. Sensitive, outspoken, and passionate about his own work as a photographer, Jubin proposes that Yikyung become his model. A story of two artists, one broken, and another inexperienced. Between lens and paper, who'll be the first to sketch out the other to perfection? Lee-won, who works as a poor lawyer in Russia, visits city councillor Zdanov, who is in conflict over Nikolai's commission, and there he meets the mafia boss, Caesar. Behind city councillor Zdanov, there was a mafia involved. The meeting between the two is extraordinary. It's very toxic with a sprinkle of fluffiness. Jong Tae-wee's uncle shows up at his doorstep with a dangerous job offer disguised as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Tae-wee is skeptical, but he reluctantly agrees to work as an agent for half a year. Tae-wee meets Isla Irigro, an agent from another branch, known as a sadistic psychopath who should be avoided at all costs. Tae-wee knows there's more to him than meets the eye. But getting to know Ilari is like playing with fire, and Tae-wee isn't sure if he's ready to get burned. Huimin Seo happened to read a tragic BL novel where the two main characters had both his name and even his best friend's name, Iheon Cha. Before he knows it, he is transmigrated right into a major scene in the novel where Huimin Seo, a rare dominant omega, gets bought off in an auction by Iheon Seo, a powerful dominant alpha. Aware of the complications in this love-hate relationship that he cannot escape from, Huimin must tread carefully to turn things around entirely. Baek Young-woon plays manager for an up-and-coming actor with a secret. His success is fueled by an industry sponsor. When a love affair between the young star and a mysterious figure threatens the livelihood of their company, it is up to Young-woon to track his client down. The other party turns out to be top model and Young-woon's first love, Han Seo-in. Young-woon and Han Seo-in fall into an intricate web woven of unanswered questions and lingering emotions that changes the trajectory of their lives forever. As a first-year law student, Lee Yun never expected to cross paths again with his middle school crush, the charming upperclassman Hong Ki-hoon. But a chance reunion on campus leads to an even more unexpected twist, a spontaneous trip, and a strange challenge known only as the Red Thread Quest. Yun's relationship with Ki-hoon begins to take an unpredictable turn. What started as a game might just lead them to something real, if the Red Thread Rock has anything to say about it. Sang-nam has one dating principle: he can't give up sleep first, date later. He won't even start with someone who isn't sexually compatible. Sang-nam notices his junior Daeol, who clearly can't hide that he likes him. At first, Daeol's huge build and gloomy appearance were annoying, but when he saw his face, this guy might actually work. But Daeol has a preference he can't tell others about. Gyeon Hee-song, abandoned by his pack of fellow dog shifters, is forced to become a drug runner for a gambling ring. For his final job, he comes face to face with Savage Fang, the ruthless wolf den enforcer Yoon Kai-young. Later Kai-young finds Hee-song struggling on the streets in his real form, takes him in, believing him to be nothing more than a stray. Will Hee-song be able to escape the ruthless, terrifying outpour of love Kai-young showers him with and escape his criminal past? Or will he be forever leashed to a life of kibble and kennels? Woo-won is a pizza delivery guy down on his luck, and Seo-eun is a wealthy man suffering from panic attacks and social phobia. You wouldn't think these two would have any reason to get to know one another, but one small kindness leads to a series of encounters that bring the two men closer together than either of them anticipated. Maybe they can find the solutions to their problems together, or perhaps they don't need solutions, but simply each other. College senior Lee Sung-hyun is falsely accused of sexual harassment on the subway, causing him to miss a group presentation and fail the class. Desperate to salvage his GPA, he enrolls in summer classes. To his horror, he is stuck with Seo Chae-jun, the very person who accused him of sexual harassment. Now, during what should have been a peaceful summer break, Sung-hyun laments, "What did I do that was so wrong to deserve spending this precious summer break of my senior year dealing with this lunatic?" After being harassed by a stalker, Yoon Ji-gu becomes extremely wary of other people. Particularly, he's most wary of his new neighbor, a man with strange sexual interests next door. My neighbor is a forking pervert. While offline, Yoon Ji-gu and Lee Yo-woon are reluctant neighbors full of misunderstandings. But in-game, unbeknownst to themselves, they make up the bickering, chaotic couple of New Tae and G9 star. Dushik is in a bind. After making off with the takings from the gay bar where he worked, he seeks refuge in a small, coastal town. As his funds dwindle, he desperately needs a way to make ends meet. At a particular clam house, Dushik is greeted by a sordid scene that offers a tantalizing glimpse of the solution to his money problems. For within Juha's beautiful shell lies a secret treasure waiting to be drawn out. And Dushik is just the man to do it. The dead no longer stay dead. They rise, not as monsters, but as aimless wanderers, plunging the world into chaos. Hope of immortality fades as disasters push humanity to the brink of extinction. Amidst the ruin, Pyo Gu-won walks against the tide of fleeing survivors. On his path, he finds Hyo Jin-woo, left for dead after an attack. Instead of passing by, Pyo offers a hand, posing a single question: how does it feel to survive hell? With that, he leads Jinwoo to a village where death holds no meaning. But in a world that refuses to let go of the past, survival is never that simple. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this.